it up here to this ridge. As you can see, there's another ridge off in the distance. A lot of times there's birds that roost there, so we're just going to try to do an owl call. And the thing about making these calls, they don't have to sound spot on. Turkeys will gobble at slamming doors, thunder, any sharp or loud noises that's unusual. It just creates an impulse in them that they want to respond. So we're just going to get as close as we can to an owl call, and maybe we'll get something to respond. Let me walk over here. This little hill. Woo! There he is. I don't know if you heard it or not. We just got a gobble. Woo! Woo! Sounds like 2 birds, maybe 3. We're going to ease up there. Let's just review what just happened. Okay, this is the 3rd day I've been in here. I've only done 1 episode, but this will be the 2nd episode when I put all the video together. So 3rd day in here, first 2 days we hiked almost 4 miles each day trying to find scratch sign. The first day we saw birds, the 2nd day we didn't. But we saw a lot of the food sources. Remember I told you preseason turkey scouting, focus on those winter forage foods, your acorns, grubs, the insects and things like that, because you can look around, it's brown. There's no green up. Now we've had some warm temperatures, and the last 2 days it hit the 60s, and that may have been why we heard those birds this morning, because we've been on this same ridge. As a matter of fact, if you go back to that first episode, this is the very ridge I said there's a lot of acorns, because there's a lot of red oaks. It'd be a good place to set up, and I've killed a bird here before. So all the scouting paid off. We came in here, this is the 13th, so we're rolling into that second, third week in March, and the birds are starting to be more audible. So what we did this morning was we came in and we just did that owl call, and I know my owl call doesn't sound exactly like one, but it worked. Like I said, a turkey will gobble at almost anything if it's a shock type of a shock call. So we did our owl call. He responded. They were in the trees. And then that last time I got him to respond, when I was coming up this ridge, he was on the ground. And that's why I put my phone up there at 6:29. And I got this ridge behind me. We're going to video this sunrise. The birds were on the ground. So if you're kind of curious of what time birds fly down, that gives you a good indication. Well before sunrise. All right, now that might not be typical all the time, but this morning they were on the ground at 6:29. So remember that, and remember that your scouting tips. It pays to do preseason scouting for turkey, just like it does for deer or any other animal. Learn the terrain, get in good cardiovascular shape, because I've been doing all this hiking. Now I can come up and down this ridge relatively easy, because once you strike a bird, you may have to hike, a half a mile to get to it. So remember those things. Also, sounds like I hear something, but as loud as I'm talking, it can't be a turkey. But remember that on opening morning, typically it's on a Saturday, so there may be a lot of pressure, so try to get in a little bit earlier than you normally would and get set up. So I know they're roosting on this ridge on today, and I'm going to write down in my notes, because I can go back and look at the data. On Saturday, March the 13th, I heard at least 3 gobblers on this ridge. Minimum of 2. I think it was 3, but a minimum of 2, because I know one was over there and one was over here. On March 13th, they were on this ridge on Saturday. And now, does that mean they're frequenting this ridge every day? I don't know, but we'll keep scouting. We'll collect all our data, and hopefully we'll have a good plan in place for the opening season.